Number 1. Starting off in season 29, Survivor is in the post-merge phase of the game where the majority alliance are a bit too chummy, in my opinion. Jeff, the host and executive producer of the show, loves to do a challenge where the players have to answer tough questions about each other in order to reveal information that tends to cause drama amongst them back at camp. Except this season, the players have colluded to get the winner they want, and therefore nobody's feelings get hurt. And Jeff, he doesn't like this at all.
They haven't been to one yet.
Let me ask you guys a question. Is this going to be a friendly, we're just going to see how this goes between the 5 of you for the rest of this challenge?
Yeah, probably.
So. Why are we wasting our time? I think this is just a big charade, and if really all this is we're just throwing it until we get the person we want to win, just tell me who it's going to be.
Probably my mom's going to win. I'm going to win.
Missy. Yeah. So the 5 of you said, let's just figure it out, and they want you to win.
Yes.
So we'll end the challenge.
That's fine.
That's fine. Sure. Everybody's good with this. What just happened?
I feel like John sacrificed for our alliance, and I got the butt end.
Absolutely.
And then the 3 top people just went off to go horseback riding.
It's interesting, isn't it, that a moment ago it was a happy 5. So happy, you just all said, just give it to Missy.
Right.
And now here we sit, John going to exile, and you are going back to camp to Rice with 3 people who probably don't like you very much.
Never have I ever seen Jeff go, screw it, challenge over. Brilliant, just brilliant. Number 2, we now go to season 44, and it is important to note that Jeff hates when players take advantage of the rules and bend it to their favor. I mean, you just saw what happened in the last season. That wasn't illegal, but Jeff didn't like it. This happens more often than you think over the course of Survivor. It even happens a few times this season. Most notably with Claire, who was forced to participate in episode 1's reward challenge, where Bruce subsequently busts his head open and is pulled out of the game. That means that Claire's tribe, Soka, gets to sit her out of the episode 1 immunity challenge. But then we go to episode 2, where they get to sit out someone again, and...
Soka, you have one extra person going to sit somebody out. Who's it going to be?
I'll do it again.
Claire going to sit out again. Is that a volunteer or is that a tribe decision?
Both?
Huh.
A small comment from Jeff, but he moves on. It's clear he doesn't appreciate players sitting out in back-to-back challenges, which was a rule a long time ago that you couldn't do it, but it had kind of been abandoned with the Survivor 41 and New Era. So it is now episode 3, and Soka gets to sit out 2 people this time, and...
Soka, you have 2 extra tribe members. Who are you going to sit out of this challenge? Big question. Will Claire compete?
Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Let's make it 3.
Claire and Heidi going to sit out. So Claire, just to mark this down, you have yet to compete in an immunity challenge this season.
Yeah.
And you're all right with that?
Yeah. As long as we get to the next immunity challenge, maybe I'll compete then. I want our best shot, and I really trust these people.
So it sounds like we make the best decision for the tribe. My ego's not involved. All right.
Jeff is so mad. So mad to the point that the show literally changes the rules back to how they originally were, starting with the very next season, Survivor 45, to force people like Claire to have to participate in challenges and not be able to sit out time after time. Number 3. Season 24 One World sees Survivor splitting up both tribes by gender, and for a while, the men dominate. I mean, the women cannot win challenges. The men just win almost everything, including in episode 4, where they win immunity. And now the women, with them going to tribal, are gonna fall behind 8-6, except Colton hates Bill. Why? Because Colton thinks Bill is ghetto trash and says being a stand-up comedian is not a real job. This is what Colton says. He says all of this unironically, so he tells his tribe,
Bill is a crazy person. God, I hate him. Maybe I should go to those girls and say, do y'all want to trade? We'll go to tribal council tonight because we have a lot more to deal with than y'all.
I've never heard of anyone doing this. I don't like that idea, but at this point, Colton's calling the shots. So what am I going to say? No? If I do that, Colton might put a target on my back.
What happened? They want to go to tribal.
Are you joking?
No.
Oh my God.
The Manano tribe has absolutely lost their marbles. They're not a tribe. They're not working together, which is great. Because if they do this, it gives the Solani tribe that big boost that we needed.
The guys are very confused right now. But I've always been able to get people to do what I want. And I want Bill gone.
what on earth are they doing? Are they really gonna hand immunity to the women? And you better believe, when they walk into tribal, because they do it, oh yeah, they do it, Jeff revels in the lunacy as the men arrive at tribal, and he's like, what the heck are you all thinking? And that's what I'm saying. What the heck are you all thinking? And the men are like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But Jeff hones in that Colton led this charge and he intends to find out why.
Who don't you like in this game?
Bill.
Wow, Bill.
I've been on my own since I was 17 years old, man. Me being poor, that's just my life. When you're a struggling stand-up comic, I mean, that's what you do. You don't make very much money, you sleep on people's couches, and you go from gig to gig. The truth is, that's what I do.
Yes, I did go to a private, like, all-white school, but I do have, like, African-American people in my life.
Who?
My housekeeper.
So, I mean, like, that just put us on a weird vibe from day one.
But she's like a member of our family. Like, she's...
A paid member?
Yes. I mean, you know, yeah, she didn't work for free. Like, don't live off the kindness of others.
Are you out of your mind? Bro, you haven't worked an honest day in your life or had to actually go out and get a job.
You can pick what videos I make. The patrons on Patreon picked this video and you can too. You will also gain the benefit of watching everything up to 6 months early and help us avoid shilling products that nobody wants in unnecessary sponsored segments. If you are interested, then there's a link in the description. Thank you for your support. Number 4. After the whole Claire thing and people thinking Jeff had gone soft, Survivor 45 saw somewhat of a resurgence in Jeff as the host that we used to love. In seasons 41 and 42, he had gone soft to the point it made fans want to puke, while he was a bit better in 43 and 44, just not too much better. 45 is like classic Jeff again. So classic Jeff comes out and says, hey, for this reward, I'm gonna give you guys an option. Here's a bag of rice and
4 people need to sit out of today's challenge, give up their shot at immunity. In other words, vulnerable tonight at Tribal Council in order to get this rice. Let me help incentivize you just a little bit. That's your rice.
Number 5. Let's go to season 13 Cook Islands, and you might already know where I'm getting with this one. Oh yeah. It saw a wild moment take place that no one saw coming in episode 2. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't not think about this.
I feel really bad for you guys. We love you.
I love you. I'm playing the game. That's what I came here to do. My prize isn't even the $1 million. My prize was that I fell in love in this game. Love at first sight. Her name is Candace. And in between...
Candace from Roro Tribe.
Yeah, after the last challenge, we sort of mouthed the words I love you to one another, and so that was my prize, and my prize was her.
I've never heard anything that surprised me more than what you just said.
I think it's just, you know, love at first sight. I think it's just a rapport thing.
So you're absolutely sincere right now.
I'm dead serious.
You see, Billy misread what Candace said at the immunity challenge. She said, we love you, you know, like a friend. Billy was being shoved into the friend zone by a woman he had never talked to before, but he didn't see it that way. He is lusting hard for her and said what he really feels. Jeff's response is iconic, and I love when he breaks character like this because he's like, Candace from Raro Tribe? Number 6. Season 21, Nicaragua saw 2 players say, well, 28 days is enough, I'ma head out now. Never before or after in Survivor has a player quit after the merge, as of the time of this video. Usually by this point, most people say, I can make it, it's like only 11 more days. But not Nayanka and Purple Kelly.
I've given this game 110%. This last challenge, I gave every last bit of everything that I had. And my body is just wearing down and it's tearing down, and this will be my last day, and I wanted to go out with a bang with my winning team.
So you're quitting?
Yes.
You don't seem like a quitter.
I'm not a quitter. I guess I could say ultimately this is my first time quitting, but you know, I gotta listen to my body.
28 days, it's been 28 days of an adventure, but...
You're quitting too. We're gonna meet at Tribal Council tonight. And if after thinking about it, you still wanna walk away on day 28 and give up a shot at $1 million, then fine. I'm sure everybody else here would love it. You're this close to being able to say, I did it. And you're this close to being one of those others. The quitters that nobody remembers.
Oh my gosh, Jeff is seething, especially when they announced this right after the reward challenge where a movie is sponsoring this episode. Of course, out of all the episodes of the season, the one with the major sponsor is the one when people decide to quit and make the fan base upset. So maybe that is why Gulliver's Travels starring Jack Black didn't do as well as it could have in the theaters. But back to Jeff. He hopes that with some time and some shame, he can change their decisions and have them not quit. Well,
Nayaka, what do you think we should do with your torch?
What happened to theirs? It got smuffed. Is that the word, smuffed?
But Nayaka, they didn't quit. Purple Kelly, what do you think should be done with your torch? You guys are quitters.
I think it should be snuffed too.
Number 7. In season 7, Jeff and Johnny Fairplay were at odds. Fairplay would say and do things just to annoy others, including Jeff, the host. But Mark Burnett, who was in charge of Survivor at the time, said, I know Fairplay was a nuisance to you, Jeff, but I want him back. I want him in another season. And yeah, he does come back for season 16. And this is Jeff in the preseason interview for season 16.
Most everybody here is somebody go, oh yeah, I really like that guy.
Except for Johnny Fairplay.
Except for Fairplay.
What was your thought? What was your thought? You're putting the show together because you're involved in the production of this show. Johnny Fairplay comes along.
I wrote Mark, and I sent him an email going, do we really need Fairplay? Isn't our pedigree a little higher than this guy? But obviously, that's why I don't run a show, because, yeah, look at that.
Oh, God.
But Burnett's and CBS response was, you can't do this show without your most notorious idiot.
Oh, God.
So, and I gotta say, he gave us exactly what we deserved.
Yeah, Jeff openly does not like Fairplay, and you can see the disdain Jeff has for him very early on in the first season Fairplay is on. So when Survivor does do season 16 fans versus favorites, and somehow Fairplay is a favorite, Burnett forces Jeff's hand and lets Fairplay be a favorite. And that leads to
the most infamous of all survivors, Johnny Fairplay, who already looks intoxicated.
I wanted to throw up when I saw Johnny Fairplay. He's a pig. He's a loser pig. I would just love one moment to kick him. One moment, just to kick him hard in the shin.
So, Fairplay, are you dressing like me? You want to know what you're playing for? I'm actually impressed. I like to know that you have aspirations to get out of your current place in life.
Wow. Jeff ultimately won this feud, by the way, as Fairplay does quit in episode 1. And as per the rules of Survivor, quitters are not to be brought back again. Number 8. Season 20 Heroes vs. Villains saw a lot of big personalities play a bold new game. Idols, twists, and more had players on their toes at all times. And come episode 8, players were really on their toes. They're like, oh, it's about that time of the season. We're going to merge. We're going to drop our buffs. So the villains pack up their camp, go to the reward challenge, and
everybody drop your expectations. We are not merging.
Number 9. In season 29, San Juan del Sur, the Hunapu tribe had lost their flint. Did they have a flint? Yes. Did someone steal it? No. Where is it at their camp? Nobody knows. So at the next challenge, right after they win, they try and barter for a new one.
Jeff, we have a kind of a not traditional situation that we'd like to propose to you.
Okay.
Our tribe seems to have misplaced our flint. And so we were wondering if we could potentially barter with you and take the fishing equipment, but trade you the beans for our flint.
Walk me through this from a negotiation standpoint. You're the ones who need to make the deal. My life is fine. So you come in, survey the scene, see what the reward is, and then offer me the thing of least value. Probably a half a bag of beans at this point, I'm guessing. I got one offer for you, if you want to make it, and that is you give up all this fishing gear. No. What's the decision?
We got guaranteed protein. Fire.
All right, we'll leave the fishing gear behind. You'll have a new flint waiting for you back at camp.
Number 10. Picking up where we left off with the flint, it all worked out. I mean, they lost their fishing supplies, but at least they got a new flint, right? Well. It isn't too long later when someone discovers the flint that they thought they had lost in the area around the fire pit. So now they have 2 flint, and they decide we should negotiate with Jeff again.
Jeff, one thing before we get going.
Wait, do you have the flint in your hand?
Nobody else on my team really had the courage to bring this up to you. So we actually found our other flint. This one hasn't been
fantastic.
And I was wondering if there's some reasonable trade we could do.
Oh my gosh.
So now, because this one is still brand new, basically straight out of the box, you want to make a return. Well, it sounds reasonable.
Exactly.
Right.
I feel like you're taunting us.
I am taunting you. Put the flint back. You made the trade. Good effort.
So what gone rogue moments of Jeff's should I include in a future video? Comment below and let me know. Thank you for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. I'll see you all next time.